All right, hello everybody. What's going on, HSEL? It's been a long time since we have been doing this. My name is Brennan. Joining me again since the first time since 2018 is Elijah. We are here, round one of the HSEL Nationals CSGO Championship, CSW versus Millburn High School. Shout out to them for Jersey. We're opening up the pistol round. Crispy with a crisp headshot to open up the round. It's going to be another fight down long now as the T's are pushing through. Not able to get the kill there on the position on card. They're going to be pushing up now. CT's trading one after the other, going down 2v4. Bomb's going to get planted on the A site. Now it's going to be a two-man overtake versus the four of the T's. We have P250 in the hands of Wayu. Two USPs. Both CT's down in the CT spawn. One immediately going down for the trade, and this is going to be a tall task to win the pistol round. He's going to get the one. It's going to get almost a second.
Oh.
They're going to be pushing through.
Oh, come on.
Unable to get the... He runs out of ammo. He's going for the knife. Unable. He's getting hunted down. Still no kill.
He's living.
And he gets knifed. That is going to be crucial for the T side coming into the next round. That extra money for that knife bonus.
Yeah, Brendan, if you remember what I used to say all the time when we were casting, economy. They got some great kills there, but the CT's also got a decent amount of frags as well. Look at Crispy getting 3 frags there. It's going to start off this round with an M4 forcing that. So they're looking to make quite the aggressive play, whereas the T's here, we're seeing a lot of utility coming out. One player was able to afford a Galil, but the standard Mac 10 rush B. We're going to see that full funnel out with one player trying to take mid. We got 4 on the B site. We got me taking out Mar. Oh, wow, lots of kills. It's 3v2. Got Error trying to come up mid. Oh, didn't quite get that kill there. Crispy is going to demolish, and Cat Blue all up to this player. Can they make it on the site? 1v3, very possible. 2 players on CSW are low. 19 and 16 HP. There's one. But the M4 is still up.
M4 and Galil in play as he's going to be pushing through. Still in the smoke and alive. He's going to be going down. Crispy with the smoke kill. That counter, huge from CSW, equalizing the 1-1. Going to be interesting to see what the buys are going to be. The economy of the T side of Millburn, not so great at the moment. Likely going to be going with a shoddy pistol buy, and that is exactly what we're seeing. Tech 9s. P250s, a Deagle coming out. Iru not buying anything, presumably to stay within that economy limit of 2,200 roughly, and hopefully trying to buy up in the upcoming. We're going to be having an aggressive push from Crispy. He's going to get the spot on the one, smoking out, not playing this too deep. Super smart from the CSW player as a tease, setting up and trying to see what they can grab in terms of picks, being they only have pistols, no utility. We only see armor on Mar with the Tech 9. It's going to be a crucial player, not holding the bomb.
Really aggressive positioning as well. We see one player on CSW is in lower tons, and we have 24 here pushed up on Cat. Actually, there's 2 players here pushed up on Cat. So they're really aggressively holding mid, anticipating that mid push. And it looks like we have 3 players on Millburn who are positioned towards that mid side. We have 2 players making it up Cat right now. Crispy might get some juicy kills here. There's one. The other is just going to peek back as the T's back up. Looks like they're going to make their way. Oh, actually, one did make it into the tunnel, it looks like. Sorry, they pushed back up forwards. Oh, a Herp trying to spray through the smoke, but actually gets taken down, putting one player to 6, and then Crispy is actually going to get taken out by Arrow, and that's going to put the M4 in the hands of Millburn as they position themselves over the CT, over to the B side. There is one player still on site. Kevin Wendell, can they hold it? They take down 1. The other player, though, can they get him? Take down 2! Is that a 3? Just need 1 more to get Mar. Well, there's 4 CTs alive. This is not looking good for Millburn. Oh, but he is going to get 1 kill here. Up on Platt. Going to get traded out by 24.
Yeah, very reasonable and actually very good push from that T side. Originally not looking great, but coming in, able to pick up some weapons and make something out of the round. Luckily making it expensive for the CSW side. Unfortunately for them, they have won that round, and that affords them to buy more M4s and utility. So full buy from the CSW side, as well as not quite a full buy on Millburn. You'll see a lack of utility from all of those players. It's going to be an early pick from Crispy, although traded by Iru. The aggressive push in the mid not exactly paying off, leaving it at a 4v4. And again, not much information. Catching T's up at the top of mid like that doesn't give you any information towards the site they're planning on executing at. Currently setting up towards the A-long. Man in pit. This is going to be crucial if they're able to get the pick here. Not exactly looking, although they seem cautious. Flash coming out. That's going to be big. It's going to be another trade. Me dropping down her and Iru again, saving his team, keeping it at a 3 versus 3. Now, we do have a UMP on Mars, so we do not have the range of 3 rifles, although I believe that is them pushing up onto Cat to provide some assistance as the 2 AKs are going to be pushing up. 24 getting tagged, although not dropped. And here's the push from R on the flank, dropping down the man on site. That is going to be full control and bomb plant coming out from Millburn High School. As again, we are in a 2 versus 3. We're going to have Kevin and Milo, both M4s, both again in the C team. It looks like we're going to be having a save. Both those players running back towards the B site. As you will look at the economy, Kevin is at 0. Milo able to buy again, but it would not be super great.
Yeah, and actually, as we have a little bit of time here, since it looks like it is going to be a save from the CTs, I just want to talk briefly about this matchup that we have here. MHS, Millburn High School, as we mentioned, from New Jersey. Brennan and I are both New Jersey natives, so we're excited to see some hometown representation.
Shout out to Millburn, the best deli in New Jersey, Millburn Deli. I miss it. We're based out in Kansas City now, but massive shout out there.
And CSW, Charter School of Wilmington, based out of Wilmington, Delaware. Both of these teams have actually met up before in the fall grand finals, where MHS actually took the victory there, winning the fall major. And then again in the spring, MHS went to the playoffs grand finals as well, took the win there. So we have a 2 major winning team competing here in the grand finals, as well as CSW, who had a good run as well. They didn't make the playoffs in the spring, but they did take second place in the fall. They had a pretty good run in the Nationals, coming back from the losers bracket. Looks like we're going to see some trades coming out here in long to open it up. See, the T's really want to make plays long, but that's such a choke point. It's really hard to get anything done unless you catch an aggressive T out of position, or an aggressive CT out of position, and get that frag. Taking long control is super difficult if the CTs know what they're doing and you don't know the utility lineups, which it looks like we might be having a little bit of trouble with. So the T's may want to think about their strategy. We do have a player pushed up mid doors. He's waiting probably to go through, take out the player that is playing behind them. Smoke on Xbox. Looks like this may be going towards A site, going up Cats. We have Milo in mid with the off. Does miss the shot, however. Takes a big chunk of damage, but Mar down to 18 HP. That nade actually didn't do too much, but he got legged with the op.
And look at this, actually. 1 player on site, 1 in pit. We're going to be having a 2-man push up to Cat, as well as 1 in pit. He's going to be pushing up now. Is he going to get anything? No, he's going to get picked off by Wayu. Now it is an equalized game. Actually, as I say that, we are up to a 4v3 in favor of the T side now. All of a sudden, they are up. Although the man in the back of site isn't get traded. That did not do what they needed from CT. And again, 2 men in the CT side. This is a massive issue, and actually almost killing his teammate. And they're going to be running back for another save. And again, these players constantly running through CT and getting bottlenecked onto that lower field advantage, unable to push through, being they have a man up above them who can just shoot down, as well as the support from long. They need to have another strategy if they're going to be retaking this A site. Otherwise, the T side of Millburn is just going to keep abusing it.
I think one of the hallmarks of Dust 2, quite honestly, is the choke points. There's so many rough points that you have to get through. You need to get lucky picks, or you need to catch the enemy out positioned, right? B tunnels, A long doors, even mid doors, B doors, CT. There's so many points where you're just basically funneling through one small choke point. There's not much crossfire that can be had, so you're really only looking at one spot. There's a lot of difficulties doing retakes or even takes. So once the T's take a site, unless you have good numbers and good utility, it might be a little bit difficult to take it back. Going back to some of this matchup, though, a little bit, we also have an interesting factoid. The team that put CSW in the lower bracket was actually beat by Millburn in the grand finals of the spring. So it seems like Millburn is actually favored to win this matchup here, but I would not be surprised if CSW gave them a really good match, because we do have some impressive players on the CSW side. I believe Crispy, one of the players in the game right now, is actually a competitor in the Mythic Gold division, as well as the ECL Open division.
Yeah, a ton of big players in here. Nobody quite on the pro circuit. However, for a high school team, we see a ton of Mythic Gold. We see very high-level FACEIT play, even very high-level ESEA play. Mm-hmm. So tons and tons of talent on here. We do see a match pause. Unfortunately, you're not able to get any information of whether this is a tech or a tactical. It would be a bit of an odd time to be pulling a tactical 3-2.
I believe it's a technical. I don't see the clock moving. So I wonder if anybody's having some PC issues here. That's just, it's unfortunate if so. During the Nationals, you always want everything to be tip-top shape. But as we were saying before, players, none of them quite at the professional level yet, but I'm always impressed by the level of skill that we have players in HSEL. It always impresses me with just how close these players are to that level. Some of these players probably play with pros in their everyday games when they're just playing
we've
casually.
even seen some pros come through HSEL. Looking back to, I believe it was either 2017 or 2018, we had the likes of Shot Up and Tens, both very notable players, and now on the Valorant scene, Tens being a household name. Both those players coming through. You even had kids.
I heckin' love Tens.
Yeah, the great players. So you do see talent every once in a while come out of these high school leagues and actually make it up into the professional level. We're going to have a bit of an interesting buy here from CSW jumping back in this game as everything is unpaused. M4 and an AWP, that is all we have in terms of weapons on CSW. A Deagle in the hands of 24, if he's able to land those shots. A P250 could be good if you're able to catch somebody off guard. You got to land that headshot, especially against those AKs. It's going to be very interesting to see. It's going to be aggressive. That's going to be one of the PT-50s down. Rifles are still in play on long, heavy, actually full stack on the A site, gambling towards them, pushing once again, which they have done almost every round. And Milo holding his own in CT, able to get a pick here, playing very, very passive, waiting for them to push through the mid doors. And now we're actually going to be seeing the T's getting a bit of information saying, all right, there's multiple people along. We have one in CT. Probably one up on site. That's going to give them the thought of, hey, there's probably nobody or just at least maybe one person over in B. So we're going to be seeing the push. Free site is now known. The AK is going to be coming up in the hands of Crispy. He's going to be picking one. That's going to be a kill there. He sees the second. Is going to get number 2. Molly saving his life from the push. He's going to be getting number 3 through the smoke. And now it is all of a sudden a 1v4, a disastrous round for Millburn. The bomb got another through the smoke. Crispy picking up, was that an ace or was that a 4K?
That was a 4K, but the saving grace for that round really was the rifles not falling out of the hand and Crispy picking up that kill mid doors, grabbing that AK, absolute domination there. We could see what a powerful rifle can do in the hands of a powerful player, showing once again that this really is anybody's game. The score is tied up 3-3, round 7 here on Dust 2 and Map 1s of the HSEL Nationals 2022 Grand Finals for Counter-Strike Global Offensive. We're seeing the T's, rush long here, but we got a 3-stack, so the Pest going to take one out. Crispy with the 3K, Herb is going to drain him out, and 24 is going to get a 2K to wind up the round. Wow. Multi-kills on 2 players on CSW to clinch that round in a matter of seconds. That is some incredible Counter-Strike. Love to see it.
Yeah, not ideal for Millburn. They did not expect to win that round, although they were hoping to at least pick off a couple kills, get the extra money for the kill bonuses, eliminate some of CSW's economy. Unfortunately for them, Crispy and 24 just mowing down everyone, and now we are unable to really do anything. I mean, they have the buy with the rifles, although, again, look at the utility. Not much there. It's going to be Crispy again with another kill onto Mar. It's going to be down to an immediate 4 versus 5. And once again, I mean, look at it, Herb. No headgear. So this is how strapped for eco they are. We're down to 50-50, 0-0-50. So they crucially need to win this round. Otherwise, CSW is going to be almost guaranteed, pretty much entirely guaranteed the next round, because you'll have noticed we are going basically back and forth, so we are not on a max loss bonus. Neither of these teams are getting a massive economy boost because of how many they lost. Instead, we're going back and forth, tons of trades, and that means that if you are in this position that Millburn is in, if you lose this, you're not getting a free handout. You're going to have to fight through another eco round and hope you can pick something up.
It looks like CSW do have some information. They know Millburn players are in mid right now. Kaplu going to take out me, and they're going to get a nice cat position spot. Crispy is going to take out her, but Wayu is going to trade him out. And now they're going to have cat control, but it looks like they're going to make their way towards B, maybe do a little bit of fake out. Yeah, we're seeing the CT that's left on A for the utility, but we do have one that is close to mid door, so he is going to hear that rotation through tunnels, perhaps give that information to the player that is currently on site.
That's going to be Kevin with the M4. Molly is going to delay. Spraying through the smoke is going to pick up 1. He's almost going to pick up number 2. However, he's probably going to drop. That's an AWP, though. He's watching the angle. He picks up 1.
Smoke.
He needs to land a shot, but Milo
through the doors in CT.
Through the doors. Wow.
Good shot.
What an angle to be holding. Super smart from them just to hold and wait for those crosses. He knew he had a teammate on site to be able to defend that. So just trying to pick off whatever they can, distract them a bit So that man on that B site was able to do whatever he can. So super smart play from CSW.
I just want to highlight real quick CSW superstar player in the lobby, Crispy, with 16 kills on round 9.
Wow.
The rest of the players in CSW not even cracking. I believe 5 is the next highest. And then no players on Millburn have gotten to that double-digit mark. But that's just absolutely insane that such a player is able to do so much, have so much impact. Milo's going to open up the round with an ob. It looks like he's trying to get a second shot, but it's not. Just going to be taken down by Herb. We're going to see some more trades come out. All right, me and Kevin are going to pick up kills as well. Oh, Wii saw that player in the window. A little bit of damage there into Kevin, but still, it's kind of rough here. We've only got pistols versus rifles, and they're in a little bit of a tight spot, getting pinched here. The one player that's outside the window going to come in. Kevin may take a little bit of damage. We do have a player on Cat over there at A, so it looks like Kevin is going to take down Wayu, but this player that is on Cat is going to come out. He's walking, so they don't know he's there.
That run could be a mistake. He is going to get the bomb down, so actually
I think they just want plant money at this point.
That's 100% they're looking for, although a round that was not looking good, again, for Millburn. They got what they need to do done. Again, in Counter-Strike, you have to play the economy game. It's not play every round, get the kills, and reset. You have to plan several rounds ahead. You have to know what you're going to be buying. Otherwise, you're going to be on half buys the entire game. So being able to go through, have that understanding of, okay, we're not going to win this round, but we need to get a kill, maybe 2, but crucially, get that bomb down on a site, even if it means sacrificing 4 to trigger a rotation to the site and just getting it down the other one and dying. Just as we saw here. We saw that push into B. We pulled those CTs off that site, allowing, I believe it was Mar, to walk on the site, drop that bomb down, and get that extra cash. That's going to allow them to do what we're seeing here, have some utility. Not, again, full utility through the smoke, though. Milo doesn't care about your buy. He's going to drop that up immediately in the hands of Wayu now. And what a game we have here, constantly getting kills through smoke. Just perfect game sense from these players, and this is a high-level game. You know, you see a lot of these games, a lot of different skill levels in high school, not in nationals, not in the grand final, where these students are playing for a large chunk of scholarship. They fought through the regular season. They fought through the double-in bracket, and they are here now, 3 versus 2. The T's up on Cat, although bomb down in long, crucially. This is going to be an incredible challenge for these players of Millburn to recover this bomb and get it down, although a minute to work with.
Yeah, that bomb is not even in a good position, so they can't even sneak up long and pick it up. It is right past the corner. Really unfortunate positioning here. There's a player in CT that's likely going to hear them if they start running down long, which is going to allow those 2 players to peek out and take them out. We might see a save here. I mean, there is still 50 seconds left in the round. We can see Cat Blue attempt to make that play. Nobody's close. There looks like there is 1 indoors and 1 by the shipping container. So we're likely going to see a frag by Crispy here. If not, Crispy went back just at the wrong time. Did not catch him out. We have this other player. Oh, he's looking at the bomb. He's not going to notice it gets picked up.
They got it high.
Cat Blue got the bomb without them noticing, but Kevin Wendell in CT now is definitely going to see him. He's definitely going to notice that bomb is there and notify his teammates that, hey, you guys got what you opt.
They have it on site. They're going to get this plant. What has happened? This is a disaster from CSW. T's now, yes, it is a 2 versus 3. It's going to be a 1 versus 3, but this bomb is down. Millburn have recovered this round beautifully. It's not ideal again, but they were able to get that down. They have the economy and the defuse coming out now. You know, these are mistakes that could determine the end of the series. Again, 1 round does not determine the entire series, so CSW cannot let that happen.
That was a beautiful play by Millburn, though. You know, truly applause to them. 2v3 with only pistols, I believe, getting that done, absolutely incredible. And no utility either. So, you know, the fact that they got that bomb plant at all is really just incredible. It looks like, you know, we're seeing a little bit of an eco hurt. We're full buy now on Millburn. If they lose this round, once again, I don't believe that they're at full loss bonus yet, so they will not have too much going into the next round. Ooh, Mars burning right now. Long. Crispy is going to push up mid and take out Cat Blue, though. That's going to be an aggressive play, but Me is going to take out Wayu Uri, going to take out Kevin Wendell. It's once again a 4v3 here. They're still pushed up towards the long area. We do have 3 players on a site from CSW, so they're in pretty good positions. I don't know if this A play is necessarily going to work. I mean, CSW still have incredible map control. It's going to be very difficult to get on this A site, and even the B site is still covered with that back plat play. We're likely going to see a frag in car. Mar going to take out 24, and they're going to make their way up. Ooh, they're going to know there's a player on Cat. Oh, 1 down. Trades. We have a site control here from Millburn. And now Milo has to play the retake. Going to choose to go up Cat. Herb is going to plant that bomb with the op, though, so that means they could very well take this. Right now, a headshot, but Herb is going to get the kill, win the round, and Millburn are going to get one on the board.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that. That was almost disastrous. And before I do that, look at the scoreboard, 20-7.
Oh my!
A massive,
no
massive
one from
MVP.
Millburn has crossed the double digits mark even.
Nobody on the scoreboard has, with the exception of Crispy.
I don't doubt if CSW does not win every single round straight, I don't doubt Crispy will get a 30 bomb at least.
Yeah, I mean, he's on set right now. Oh, crucial shot, by the way, missed by Milo. He's going to get one legs through the player.
A collateral leg shot.
Almost getting that collateral. Mar down to 37 HP. That is going to be a quick elimination territory.
That smoke could have been disastrous.
Disastrous, but luckily very crucial for Millburn to get through on the Cat. Looking for them, though. Milo pushing back, and here comes the M4 play. Crispy with another one, pushing again towards
Wayu
that
actually got
30
taken
bomb.
down to 3 HP as well. So
yeah,
nade did some damage.
Yeah, I mean, CSW playing this very well, playing safe, not getting aggressive, and now look at this. Milo set up again. He's going to go for one. He's not going to land it. That's an interesting set of damage. Like, it had to have been a leg. 51 HP now on Herb.
Goes through the door.
It was through the door or something, whatever it is. But now they're stuck here. He's going to get the kill on the Herb. That's going to be one. Not going to get number two. Smoke eliminating the play from the CT spawn. Although one up, we have Kevin defending the B push here, trying to just delay the time. He's going to jump down, get one, and number two. What has happened there?
That just really seems like the Millburn did not know where they wanted to go. They looked like they wanted to go up Cat, then they wanted to go Tons, but then they suddenly went through mid doors because the op was there, which wound up with them getting absolutely pinched in that spot. It really seemed a little bit discoordinated. Hopefully it does not happen again. And now, they're paying for it with their economy. We're once back to this weird split buy. We have players that are, buying Mac 10s. We have a couple Deagles and an AK, and not much utility, and the armor's all over the place. So I'm not really sure what coordination's happening there.
I think we're used to calling this a weird buy, although lately watching a bunch of pros, specifically prominent in the major, this has become almost a standard with how the economy reworks when they came out, with the increases of loss bonuses and just changing around how eco works. And it's working out crazy well. Iru with 2 headshots with the Deagle, and now they have
the simple trick.
and an AWP. Not going to pull the simple. He doesn't know he's on site. That's going to be a trade, though. And look at this. What was a shoddy buy with a single AK has allowed them now to push through 3 versus 1 on 13 HP. Me surely is going to be saving here.
13 HP and AK, that's a pretty good thing to say. The economy on CSW, again, is a little bit all over the place. So you see a couple players at $2,000, one player's at nearly $12,000. So they're going to be able to at least buy SMGs for their team. Probably rifles all around, though, I would imagine. Whereas Millburn are going to go into this round very wealthy. We're going to see a full buy out of them. And these rounds, there's no pattern of complete domination here. Okay, that was a good one.
Yeah, me staying alive for that player, although down on 13 HP. They know exactly where he's at. Herb playing this smart, not going to be pushing through. Coming in for the after round, that's going to be it.
That could have been dangerous.
No rifles remaining for the CSW side. They knew they could afford to buy a new one, so they were willing to sacrifice the AK, but not willing to give them an op. Crucially, super, super safe play from Millburn. They know that they're not that far ahead quite yet, and here we go. M4 buys, there's still enough economy to make this buy happen on the CSW side, although if they lose this, they're going to start struggling. Maro the quick pick down through mid, although here we go. Crispy with 1, Crispy with 2, almost 3, gets taken down in mid. 3 versus 3, the round is equal, although here comes a follow-up up to mid. We could be seeing something big, not quite yet. It's going to be denied. Herb coming out with a headshot on the AK. One more player pushing up. Do they know that they are there? It doesn't matter. They're going to push through. Caplu picking up the man on long. And now, again, it is all up to me. Is he going to be saving? It looks like he wants to push through.
Yeah, wow. That is not what I expected to come out of that round. That aggressive push from the CT, surely I thought was Millburn's demise. But, they clinched that. They were able to fight back, and they made their way onto the A side. Now it's all up to me. 1v3. It's still winnable, but it's going to be very difficult. Especially if nobody's looking long, it's going to be even easier. Mill's going to take out Herb. He's going to actually not get killed by that Opera yet, but they know exactly where he is. So unless he's going to pull a Kukli, we might not see it, but I still believe 1v2 playing below there. Maybe just going to play for exit frag or something. The Op, surely going to peek him. Going to take him out. Me, going to get taken out by Mar there. And we're going to see 8-6 on the board. And finally, 2 players on Millburn are at that double-digit mark, whereas Crispy still leading the scoreboard at 23 frags. The next highest player on their team at 9.
Yeah, Crispy, this is a kid right here who is going to be going on. If he continues to keep playing competitively, goes on to college, this will be somebody who is going to be a hot commodity as it comes time to recruit. If he hasn't already been recruited, unfortunately, we don't have that information or data of whether or not they have committed to programs. Ooh. And Mar, what a peek onto Milo saying, you are not getting any more picks in mid today. This is our map, our game. We're going to come back. We're going to match you guys. And if you look at the buy on CSW, we only have 1 rifle.
Oh!
That's an MVP, and what?
That was a beautiful shot onto Crispy at Carr. Wow, that was like a pixel headshot almost. That was a very, very small window of opportunity there. And now the CTs have to play retake with this half buy. 2 smokes so they can get onto the site, 1 flash, so they don't have much lockdown. But Kevin is going to get that kill onto her. That's absolutely incredible. 24 is causing some ruckus up there on Cat as well, getting some players down. They might just be trying to keep these players on site and have them, blow up when the bomb comes down to it. So, I mean, who knows? 24 is playing with fire here. And is a kill at the same time, going to end the half at 8-7. This is about as close as we can get. And 7 rounds on the T side is pretty good on this map.
Yeah, and if you look at the the round distribution, Sahari, it is pretty back and forth. We did see CSW with a 5-round run towards the middle of this half, although beyond that, it's been pretty back and forth. So, I mean, this is about as even of a match as we could get going into the half switch. And luckily for these teams, this is not even arguably, this is the most even map in the game. It is completely 50-50. You get really no information based on the round score unless one team is completely dominant. So an 8-7 scoreline, again, this is as close as you can possibly get for one half. We could see this going all the way through, potentially even into overtime.
It's really interesting as well with the amount of rounds that are on the board, the deaths on the side of CSW. We see their second fragger, Kevin Wendell, at only 7 deaths, Milo at 8, 24 at 9. So with 15 rounds on the board, that means those players are surviving towards the end of the round. I mean, the 2 at the bottom there, I believe it was 24 and Milo, were the ones who found themselves saving a lot, so that would definitely explain that. But it means they're definitely ending rounds the smart way. They're not going in and taking unnecessary fights. They're not losing crucial economy that really helps propel them and keep them in the game. We're going to start out the second half by seeing a B rush and the flashes coming out. We're getting onto site. Kevin Wendell's going to open up with a kill onto Herb. And Milo taking out Cap Blue. It's going to be control of the site. Eru going to take out me, however, through doors. Is going to get traded out by Crispy. We're seeing the last 2 CTs over in the B doors area, but it looks like one's going to try and go through tunnels. There is someone standing near Car, though, is going to hear that player coming through tunnels if they continue to run. They certainly know that Wayu is behind the door. We got a player watching window. We got a player now going into tons to watch that backup. But it really is going to be a difficult retake if they somehow manage it. Wayu, though, going to get the headshot of Crispy. Might get this player that is on plat. Going to take a little bit of damage. Milo getting taken out by Wayu. Suddenly at 2v2, it's evening up, and Wayu is not quite able to find the kills onto 24. Mar is going to fall. 24 going to take some damage. Wayu, though, going to even it out as a 1v1. This is still very winnable. Oh, running out of ammo. So close. Kevin going to take out Wayu and win the first round of the half for CSW.
Yeah, what a pistol round we had from both those teams, coming down to one man to end it all. 9-7 as CSW is going to be taking the early lead in this half. Again, round 17, still very close, very early. And we're going to be seeing an immediate push towards B. Look at this, though. All 5 players from Millburn going to be pushing up long. We're going to be seeing the split. 2 players now waiting for this. They probably heard some people running. Likely not enough information to know, though. Although, what is happening? Both these teams, what are these strategies?
This is my favorite round 2 player right here.
Round 2 play, and here comes one. It's going to be the mowdown. Although he's going to miss the shots. Picks up 1, picks up 2, 3. Milo gunning them down. Eru's going to be taking out Milo, however. And he's going to be dropping 1.
Kevin.
12 HP. That's going to be it. Kevin and Milo gunning down that Millburn team. 1 kill on the board for no buy, though. That's not bad.
That's definitely one of those plays where you expect it not to work out, but if it does, you just feel so good about it. So honestly, did not expect much of a different outcome, but we really could have hoped for something beautiful to come out of that.
That either goes very well or very bad, and well, It's 10-7, so I think we know about how that went. We're going to be seeing a bit more of a standard play here from both these teams. A split on the sites. A little indecisive on the CT side of what they want to do on A, though. Are they all down in the CT
I don't know.
spot?
This looks very aggressive. When
I
was looking at these players earlier, it seemed that a lot of them also play Valorant. And Valorant, I believe, is typically a more aggressive game. So maybe they brought some of that play style over to Counter-Strike. And we're seeing, very aggressive pushes. Wayu is going to take down me, but they're going to get onto the sites at least, or at least very close to it. Mar is pushed up, though, so he might be able to hold Goose. Not allowing him to go through. He's going to take out 24, so there's that hold. Kevin is going to take out Wayu, though, and Mar is going to get a double kill onto Kevin. We still have a T player up in Goose while we have 3 in Elevator. So this 2v3. Milo's going to go down. Crispy, you need to turn left here. He's going to get 2, a spray. Now it's a 1v1. He's going to get the kill in the smoke, going to see his shoulder and take him down. CSW putting another round on the board. Crispy at 27 frags now. It could literally be 1 round until Crispy drops 30.
27 in 19. That is an outrageous scoreline. And not even close. It's 27 in 11. This kid is dominating this server. It's not even close. I mean, the next closest is what, 15, 16 kills? Something you'd expect.
I think it's 11 or 12, even 13.
Even then, it's such a big gap. And we're going to be seeing the 5-7 from Mar getting only 1, hoping to get multiple. However,
we're seeing a low buy from Millburn here, though, so any kills on the board is actually really good for them. They did get 1, so that's already a win in their books at this point. We might be seeing me go down. He's going to go down to Eru. 2 down now. This is immediately worth it. They're going to pick up AKs, though, so the rifle's going into the hands of turn this round around. The 1D from Eru suddenly making it a 4v2. If this is the HSEL Eco rounds, maybe? Making returns, not round 2, but 24 is going to get a couple of frags, but gonna survive 2 HP, a 3K, and a 2K on Kevin.
I don't know what happened with Millburn.
Look at that, Kevin's almost at 20 bomb as well.
Ridiculous plays from CSW right now. In Millburn, I don't know what happened up on Cat. They were behind 24, and they just missed shots or just didn't see him there somehow, and he just turned around and mowed them down like it was nothing.
We're seeing the double op setup come out of Millburn now.
That's an interesting strategy. It's gonna work out with 1, though.
Yeah, I like the blob setup, but in my pugs it never goes well because somebody always rushes in with the op and dies for some reason. I don't understand it, but these players are clearly better than a random pug.
Hey, op rush and pug is best op, all right? Don't you hate on the strategy? It works 10% of the time.
That's why I always lose. You always lose my pug games.
100% of the time, 10% of the time, all right? And
luckily, these players are smarter than your average pug, so they're going to use this to the full advantage. We're seeing Mar taking a extremely aggressive approach, doubling up on Cat there. Might be going around to look at long. There is a player in long, so Mar may get a frag. We saw Kevin Wendell actually go down. 2 players still in long. Eru going to get the kill on me. But Wayu's actually going to get taken down by Crispy. Going up long, we're not seeing any executes yet. Mar isn't looking towards long, does not know they're coming from there yet. Surely hearing the utility, they're going to know. Crispy going to take out Mar, though, in a vulnerable position from Cat because that player on Cat died. Oh, nice try, Crispy, but Cat Blue is there to take you down. 3v2 now. T's have the site, but the bomb is all the way back towards long doors. They have to go back and get it, meaning 24 has to hold this site for that much longer. Eru is pushing up with the bomb to take out 24, and suddenly they have control because Milo had to go back and get the bomb. This might be a safe. Oh, yeah, look, Milo's running it down mid, but not running it down in terms of inting. Milo is going to go plant the bomb at B. That whoop-de-wop, that was the play there. Going right back up A would have been the wrong move.
And what a miscalculation by both teams. Luckily for the T side, the CTs didn't find that bomb laying at the top of mid doors. It wasn't even back and long. It was all
it was all the way back there.
Yeah, it was outside the doors over by car and T-spawn. He's going to get the bomb down. The op missing the shot on the Milo. That could be critical. As he's going to get the one. He flashed out. Is he going to go down? Yes, he is. Almost a play there. Although, hold on. He doesn't have time to defuse. He's got to go. The T's are going to pick up the ramp. Maybe? No?
I think he has time, but he just went back to get the op because the end of round timer is very short. ESL rules. Very short end of rounds timer. So did not have much.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are also on the default CSGO UI, so bomb time is a bit difficult to see at points. We also don't have audio in our studio right now.
You don't know the frequency of the icon?
I can't watch that. Listen, I'm more of an audio guy, but regardless, a big round from Millburn, picking it up to 8 now, coming close to an equalizer. We're still sitting around this score, though. They have not had an opportunity to pull ahead of CSW. They've always been just a little bit ahead. So they need to make some sort of change, string a couple of rounds together if they want to pull this map out.
But that scoreboard is more equalized now. 4 players on both teams are at double-digit frags,
Yes.
whereas 1 player on CSW is pulling closer to that 20 frag, and of course, Crispy pulling towards that 30. I believe it's at 29 now, so only needs 1 or 2 more kills. Cat Blue gonna take on Milo. We're seeing a mid-rush. Cat Blue getting the double, barely. Last bullet maybe there, and it's gonna shut down CSW's push. Wayu, though, that's gonna be a very juicy Molotov. Gonna block them off mid and lock them onto that CT side. I think they wanted to be on that side anyway. They're throwing utility into CT, trying to get any information that they can, but Mars going to jump onto the box. That's a pretty impressive jump to get up there solo.
Look at this. He's looking. He just is barely able to see it, but he sees one, picks it up, should be dropping down. He'd be smart to do so, and he does. And now we are on a 5 versus 2. I mean, Iru down to 14, not out yet, and you do not get money for damage. You have to eliminate the players. He's going to be seeing it. Mar dropping down 1 is all up to Crispy, who's up by long. Bomb is in the controls of Millburn, however, in the mid doors.
1v5 ace easy. You know, I do it all the time, literally every single round. 1v5 ace easy.
Do we need to bring up the time where we almost took you 2v5
Okay.
into overtime?
This is the only Counter-Strike story that you have, I swear.
It's just the best one.
Bo brought it up the other day, too.
That's because it shouldn't have happened.
Oh, yeah, look, Crispy going to start out with 1. This might be the 1v5 ace 2. Oh, but Mar is going to trade them out.
A good effort from Crispy, pulling out 2. 2 more kills than anybody else on his team was able to. Now at 31 kills, by the way. We are 22 rounds in.
But Arrow on the Millburn side at the 20 bomb of their own, like these players are really in the server. They are really winning the games for this team. I mean, everybody at this point is in. I mean, we're seeing, it's a little bit difficult, I believe, for me and I want to say it's Mar or her.
So, Wayu, I believe.
Wayu, okay.
Or her, one of the two.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult. They're not quite at the double-digit frags yet, but you don't need to be at double-digit frags to be in the presence in the server, to be providing value to your team, because there's other areas which you can there. The no-scope from Arrow. The bomb's going to go down CT. Cat Blue and Arrow are going to get more frags. Mars going to pick up 2 for themselves. And now we're going to see 10 rounds on the board for Millburn. They're bringing it back. They were at a 4-3-round deficit.
I believe it was a 4-round, yeah. I mean, they're slowly chipping back, now up to 2. I mean, we've been at 12 for CSW for a bit. It's going to be interesting to see. And we're even seeing another shoddy buy. So it looks like it's going to be a shoddy buy. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
One of the new metas for semi-eco, 1 AK and a bunch of pistols. So
is the Tech 9 back in meta?
I believe it is, yeah. I mean, Tech 9 and Deagles has been kind of what we've been seeing quite a bit of.
Or is it only back in meta because they released an exotic level skin for it?
Oh, low column A, low column B. Listen, skins equals wins. We all know that.
Absolutely.
That has been the rule of the game since its inception. I'm just realizing how big the crosshair is on this on this account, too.
The default Counter-Strike. Oh, it's fine. Whatever.
We love it. We love it. But we are going to be seeing,
Oh,
interesting.
it's going to
We're
be delicious.
Seeing only 1 kill for Mar. That is not ideal. That AK is going to be in the hands of Milo now. It's going to be 2 AKs.
Well, that was Nadja
Although
doing
there's
some damage.
Not able to pick up number 2. 3 versus 2. This is actually a great round so far from CSW, although it's not looking like it is going to end in
the AKs in the hands of Crispy. This is Crispy we're talking about, the 30 fragger, but nope, gonna get 1 and done. But 3 frags out of that shoddy buy, that's really a lot that you can ask for. I mean, obviously a win would have been very nice.
3 in a plant is more than they could have asked for.
Absolutely phenomenal there. They're gonna come into round 24 with a lot of money to work with. Not only gonna be able to full buy, they're gonna be able to full buy the next round even if they lose. Whereas Millburn, their eco's getting a little low. If they lose again, we might see that they have to.
Yeah, and taking a look at the scoreboard, look at the difference in this half. I mean, we have a pretty even, other than that run in the middle of last half. We have 4 in a row from each of these teams now. So this is seeming like it's going to be a completely different half, firing on all cylinders on these teams. But
it was a warm-up half. First half was
a warm-up half, yeah. But CSW seems like they're kind of falling behind. They seem very, fairly dominant, maintaining a 3 to 4 round lead in a lot of areas, but now we're down to 1. Millburn's looking great right now.
You gotta remember, in these long series, it's absolutely a mental game as well. If you start getting tilted at all, you're just gonna fall completely out of it, and you're not gonna be able to claw back. Doesn't matter if your economy is good. Doesn't matter if your calls are good. If your mental is completely out of it, you're just done. So hopefully CSW do not get discouraged by this 4-round deficit, or the 4-round losing streak that they're now on. because Millburn just came off one themselves. See, look, Crispy is going to open up the round with a kill. That's very good for them. It's going to give them
Look at this, though. Milo. They have control. Milo in mid, though, is going to pick up one, and now they're distracted. Getting a shut down quickly, though. However, he did what he needed to do. He distracted those CTs, letting his team get on to the site.
That
now,
molly might take out Wayu. Very close. Very close there. Millburn now have to play retake, but it's going to be a difficult retake. 4 players alive on CSW. They don't have much utility left.
Oh, the flick.
We're going to see that kill come out. The trade, actually. 3v1 now. Still winnable. There's one. The other player's long. Oh, that headshot would have been beautiful. Unfortunately, Arrow did not find it. It's going to put another round on the board for CSW. See, they're still in it. A 4-round losing streak into a 4-round losing streak for CSW is going to end up in a win for them. Put him back on the board.
Yeah, 100%. And Crispy now at 35 kills. This kid is an animal in the server. Still only a 2-round deficit. 5 rounds to the finish line if we even make it that far. So Millburn, this is the time they have to pick something out. We could 100% go to overtime. Although Millburn's going to have to start that process now. They got to pick up 2 and then maintain that even trade. Crispy looking for those players. Picks up a great headshot on the one, although traded by Mar. Keeping it 8-4 versus 3. Shots going out between these teams. Not able to find anything else. We're going to be seeing a push up to long. Again, that lurk in tunnels could be potentially critical. It's going to be interesting to see how this play works out. Very slow. Definitely a change from CSW. Trying to pick up these players. Seeing what they're able to do. I don't know if they heard that man in tons or what, because they're rotating actually off towards B.
Yeah, CSW are in a very good position right now. It doesn't seem that there's any MHS players close to them. We have one. I believe that they're in CT. So that's going to be the closest. Nobody's up on Cat right now, so Arrow's actually just getting smoked out. That's going to allow them to get up. Oh, but it's not a full smoke, so that means anybody that crosses is going to get taken out. That wasn't even a leg, but it looked like it was, because 24 went down to 16 HP, and now they have control of the site. They're planting the bomb. Might get mollied out, though. Going to get out just in time, whereas Mars going to be up on Cat here, pushing up. Going to lock him down. Only 1 player left on the sites. 24 going to get taken down, but it's still a 4-on-3. Still very winnable for CSW. They have long positions, but if they get completely smoked off, it means that they're going to lose sight of the bomb, and they're not going to be able to hold it. Kablu's going to take out Mia, get traded out, and Mars going to take out another trade. Yeah. It's going to be a round for MHS. So it's still a very even, very close game. This really could go anywhere still. The economy, taking a look at it real quick, is pretty decent for both teams. I mean, MHS are a little bit on the worst side, but you know, they can make do. They have to hold the sites. They don't have to push onto the sites. Whereas CSW, it looks like they're having discussions about their economy and what they want to do, because all players can't full buy. So we're going to see this sort of like half buy here, where we're going to see 3 AKs, like a Lil, a Mac 10, and a lot of utility to try and take these sites.
Yeah, I mean, if Millburn's able to capitalize on this, this will be the equalizer, the critical equalizer that Millburn has been chasing for this entire game and hasn't quite been able to find it. And now we're seeing them able to get on these runs and close the gap between CSW and if they're able to pick this up, if they're able to pick up a first kill, which I think he saw legs, but the bait potentially in mid, he's going to have support. Critically, getting too aggressive, Herb, getting taken out. This could be a big issue for Millburn, as it's going to be dropping down to a 3 versus 5. And again, this is the issue, but here we go. Mars says not today. You are not taking it this easily. 3 versus 3, as he's actually able to back out of that too. And what a play, and what a savior he's been. That's a leg on the 24, and now all of a sudden,
just barely,
Millburn is a favorite.
Yeah, you know
what? I say that, though.
You know, at the beginning, I'm going to say it looks a little doomed, that we had some very aggressive positioning from MHS, but, you know, that positioning from Mar, where they didn't watch their behinds, allowed them to come up and get those kills. It's now a 2v2. Bomb is down on the A side, and they're playing retake, but they have pretty good positions for retake.
Oh, wait, the jumper!
Is that Kirkley? Catboy taking out 24, but now it's a 1v1. Kevin Wendell going to take him down. They're both at about half HP, so literally, you know, it's one shot, 2 AKs. 2 AKs. This could go anywhere.
He doesn't know. He hears.
Oh, CSW is going to get that kill, get the round on the board, and secure just one more round until they secure at least an overtime. And 14-12, round 27 here. Match pause again, once more. A tech pause again as well. So I wonder, it says Crispy called for it, so I wonder if someone on CSW's... I believe someone on CSW is having some tech issues, because they do have a tech pause feature. which is the standard. I believe it's I don't know if it's 2 or 4 30-second pauses in our servers.
It's whatever it is. I don't know 100%, but I mean,
Might be 1-minute pauses.
just to go in while we're on this pause. I mean, Millburn, they had such an opportunity there, and this is why we're seeing CSW stay just ahead in terms of player skill. These teams are pretty evenly matched, but we see Millburn. There was the mistake of getting aggressive on B, pushing through and going ahead and, crawling through that smoke and getting taken out.
Look at Crispy. I want to just point this out real quick. 37 kills. The potential for a 40 frag game for Crispy is very much here, and a 30 frag game for Arrow over on the Millburn side. I mean, we have players that are in this server that are showing up. Both teams have 2 players that are over 20 frags, 2 players who are still in the 10 frag range. Unfortunately, Wayu is the one lagging behind. I believe they've gotten a kill since we last checked in on the scoreboard.
They have.
And meanwhile, me and Milo, I believe, have been pulling through now up at double digits themselves. So
that's another issue we're seeing on Millburn again. Is people are starting to not fire. I mean, we're seeing Wayu hasn't gotten a kill in 3-4 rounds. Again, you're walking through smokes. You're pushing through with your back turned.
I think Millburn's positioning is really what has been giving them the wins here. I think they have great positioning. CSW played very aggressively though, and it definitely reflects in the scoreboard for their team. We constantly see players rushing sites. We saw several rounds where the whole team was rushing through A long or B tunnels. So, it's really not surprised that those players have a lot of kills because they have the opportunities to get a lot of kills. Millburn are playing this super tactical, and that is what's keeping them on the board. But they, right, like you said, they might need some bragging going on here. I don't know what Me was doing there, but Mars is just going to take them out. Oh, Arrow! Can he get the second kill? Arrow did get the second kill as well. 24, and Kevin Wendell, though, we're going to get some kills long. Mars going to trade out Kevin Wendell. It's 3v1 here. The eco round win from Millburn, and they're going to come out of it, 3 dead, but they're going to pick up some rifle. Actually, Wade didn't get to pick up a rifle. They're going to come out of it with an AK, though. Getting that win on a complete eco round, it was just pistol buys, was
and a critical win for Millburn against CSW
it completely
on
destroyed
14.
CSW's economy. Look at that. They're now on their own eco round buys. So that you're right. That was absolutely critical. This could be the turning point of the game as we get to the latter rounds of the match. The eco where you're at is critical because you getting into a bad economy state is just going to put you in bad positions to keep losing. Arrow though really gonna get traded. The op is gonna drop though to the eco push. We're gonna see Herb get a couple of frags out, get traded. 3v2 here, and the player's going to drop behind him in mid. They're not going to find him. They are going to get 3 frags, however. Like, same with the last round, pretty much, except this time it was a CSW rush. Now, the game is finally tied up, and CSW's economy is still not looking great. They can do a bit of a light buy this round. Maybe, okay, we're gonna see some buying come out, buying power. Actually, it's pretty decent. I thought it was going to be a little bit worse.
Yeah, I mean, that loss bonus that they have, which I believe they have a little bit, not much. It just kind of put them over the edge of what they need. If we take a look, I'm not sure what the round's been.
It's only a 2-round loss bonus right now.
Yeah, it's only 2, but it was just enough combined with anything else they had to get them to where they need to be.
They did get 3 frags with some good pistols.
So. Look at this position from Mars. Going to pick up 1 early pick. We're going to be seeing the T's not entirely phased by that. Some smokes going out towards the mid area, presumably to protect the push up onto Cat from their mid lurker. Although nothing really happening yet. That pick slowing them down a little bit. They know they're a man down. They're hoping to pick off somebody getting aggressive. Because, again, Millburn's been doing that quite a bit. And it's been hurting them. So if they don't do that in this round, they have a massive advantage. And they just need to hold their sights. But look at this. 2 in the smoke. Easy going to pick up 1. Picks up 2. What a shot from Wayu. We were talking about how he was asleep in the server. He comes alive. And Mar. That's 3 in the round. Now Millburn, all of a sudden, they were down for the entire game.
Oh my goodness.
The 15th round. They are 1 from a win, although CSW only needs 1 to bring it in overtime. Although, take a look at this economy. It is not looking good. Millburn potentially could come out.
And look at Millburn. 2 players have hit the 30 bomb mark here. Crispy's still 3 kills away from the 40, but we are on round 30. The potential for overtime is here. I know if we had a crowd behind us right now, they'd be hyped up. So I hope those of you watching at home are hyped up as well. We're certainly hyped. We're going to see a B rush. This might be the end of it for CSW because B rushes are very rough on rifle rounds. 3 kills, a trade, and it might be it. That's 4. 1 left alive could take it, but it's going to be the frag from Millburn. They clinched the match,
What
16-14.
a late game comeback. We were just talking about just a few rounds ago how this half seemed like Millburn were not coming alive enough to win. Although right at the end, whatever changed did it. I mean, we saw Weyu come alive when he wasn't getting frags, and all of a sudden here we are with the win on map 1 as we go into map 2, which I believe is Mirage. All right, welcome back, everybody. We are here on, you'll see, map 3. Unfortunately, we did have an error. We are unable to recover the demo as we are recording this after the fact. So we are on map 3. CSW did pick up the second, naturally. If you want to go into what the score
Yeah,
was.
scoreline was 16-9 on map 2. Inferno, CSW taking it. So now we're on map 3, Mirage, the decider. Of course, the decider. Pistol round here. We are going to see an opening kill from Millburn. They are going to trade it back. One from Milo and one from me. We're going to take out Milo, though. 3v3. Bomb planted on the B site. 3 players stuck in mark. Oh, actually, look, the one's on the window. Probably going to try and jump up onto Cat. We're going to see the post-plant positions from CSW. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that we lost that demo. We're gonna look into that. We'll find out exactly what happened. Fortunately, though, we have this decider map 3 here. It's going to be an exciting map. Millburn is going to get the frags they need to close the round, the defuse, and they're going to take round number 1 here.
Yeah, and honestly, I was worried that we had the game spoiled because, the way it was set up is, we have 2 demos, that's 2 maps, so we thought whoever won map 1 was going to be the winner, but now we are on the map 3. We genuinely don't know, so this should be an even better cast. So, quite genuinely, even though this is a post recording of the match, we stayed far away from the results. We haven't even checked social medias of these teams, so we generally don't know who won. So this is going to be just as exciting as it is for all of you at home. As we come into round 2 with the scout into mid, going to be a pretty aggressive push from the T's up into that mid position, although stopping, kind of being a bit afraid to advance. They know they don't necessarily have to get so aggressive, although good potential pick. That Molly is going to back Iru off. No kills. A little bit of damage, though, coming out onto CSW from the Millburn players. And look at this. Here we go. Action has unfolded. 2 players going down, 1 from each side. Although Milo is going to have none of that. He's going to drop it down to a 4 versus 2. Getting tagged down, not dropped quite yet. Weyu going down and off the Iru in the jungle position and is going to get dropped. What a play from CSW. Losing 24 early and saying, no, we don't take that. You're getting punished for dropping our boy.
Yeah, we're going to see some strong openings here from CSW. I mean, and at Millburn as well. Tied up from 1-1. We're going into round 3. The typical distribution is if you win the pistol round, you win the first 3. But as is standard with HSEL over the years, Brendan, you surely remember, the second round is usually not won for the one that wins the first round.
HSEL and CSGO is notorious for eco wins from whoever is on that eco buy, and we're seeing it continue years later, years since we have done a cast together for HSEL. 24 dropping down Iru, and pretty quickly we are not seeing the vintage HSEL eco round that we were just talking about, unless we're going to see Cat Blue and Mar pull out some sort of miracle.
It only happens in round 2.
Yeah, Mar immediately going down. Yeah, it's a round 2 thing. Round 3, no shot.
Round 3 is anybody's game.
Round 3, yeah, anything could happen. But nothing happening for the side of Millburn. Unfortunately, this time somehow still alive, surviving longer than I would have expected. Kapalu eventually going down, making it 2-1 CSW.
And CSW are going to come out of that very well. A lot of utility coming out of it, so a lot of players basically did not waste any of their investment in that round. We're also going to be seeing everyone come out with guns at least. So the economy for CSW is looking pretty good. They still have a lot of money in the bank, and basically they're just going to keep all their weapons in this round, whereas Millburn now have to play with just pistols, which is fine, but we're seeing the A stack from them. Fortunately for CSW, though, it looks like they're more angled towards the B side mid, and they're going to be trying taking control of those areas where we see 4 players in ramp here. They're going to spot nobody, so they're going to go back and we're getting whipped up. We are seeing the CSW players group up around. Ooh, Crispy. And get 1 as well as Milo, but Herb is going to get a double kill. Evening it out a little bit.
Hang on a minute.
Well.
This was supposed to be an easy round for CSW, but once again, say hello to the HSEL Eco round. They have guns, and they are up a man. actually they have more firepower than CSW, who had the buy at the start. And all of a sudden, they have 4 rifles.
I'm pretty sure that M4 has traded hands back into its original owner. I don't
Look
know
at me.
Me? Oh, okay. It's all up to me now with the AK. Still a very winnable round, but Cat Blue does have the scoped rifle. They know exactly where Me's positioning is. Iru is going to probably pinch them. Yeah, Me does not know Iru is there, so if they step backwards too far, that is going to be an easy kill for Iru. Iru is going to do some shots first, but not quite get that frag.
Critically, now he knows where he is. Doesn't matter. Iru says, you can know where I am. I'll show you exactly where my cards are at. I'm still going to drop you, and we're still going to win the classic, the lucrative HSEL Eco round.
A bit of a misplay from Iru there, but luckily for them, didn't quite matter so much. I think we are chalking it up too much to the HSEL Eco round, though. These players are pretty good players. We see a lot of great skill coming out in the server today. And of course, these are the best of the best in HSEL right now. These are the cream of the crop, the grand finals of HSEL Nationals 2022. Of course, we're going to see some fantastic gameplay, and the HSEL Eco round may not be so much in fact. I feel like that's more of a regular season major thing.
I don't know about that.
If you want to attribute it too much to that.
In my experience, the higher level we get in the bracket, the more it shows up. But getting back into the game, we do see one pick coming out early from Mar with the AWP into mid, as we saw before on the Milo. Crispy, though, saying, no, you're not getting more than one. I'm going to drop you down. Going to be getting taken out, and here we go. Execution set up for A, although if you look, the bomb is still at the top of mid, so they have not committed to anything quite yet. Trying to get some picks, trying to get that early man advantage if at all possible. And here we go, drop down, the double peak coming out from CSW. Cat Blue making sure it stays at 3v3. However, that nade could do some damage. It's not quite going to connect. A little bit down on the Crispy. Oh, not doing what they needed to do. Almost dropping down. It is just a stalemate. As I say that, though, Cat Blue and Wayu saying this is our round.
Yeah, Wayu is really showing up right now. I believe I've seen their name on the board several times, getting multiple frags. I mean, we'll check in at the end of the round. Unfortunately, they are going to get taken out by Kevin Wendell, but that's going to put him in a 2v1. Kevin does have the bomb as well, so they can go wherever they want. You see one player on A, and Herb is making their way over to the B site, probably because they anticipate they're coming through here. Apartments, Kevin Wendell is making their way through. Full utility, the bomb and AK. Could be their wound. Capolo is down low, but does have a scope rifle planting the bomb. Default Herb is going to peek out and gets that frag. 3-2 for Millburn on the board. And like I was saying, Wayu does not have that, the frag count I thought they did, but I think it was a pretty influential kill. They shut down that connector push, and that is absolutely essential. Looking at the board, once again, several players are at 5 frags already halfway there to that double digits in round number 6. So we're seeing some incredible Counter-Strike once again.
Yeah, and critically, Millburn stopping the plant on CSW, so they're not getting that economy that they would have hoped to get for planting the bomb. Instead, they are on a pretty much full eco. I mean, they bought the pistols. We have 2 Deagles and a Tech 9. We're not seeing any rifles. They're playing it to be able to buy into the next because, again, Millburn winning this will be a 2-round lead, which, showing in this match, really doesn't mean much. It can go back and forth.
Oh!
But look at that nade! Massive damage coming out from Millburn, shutting it down before they even see them. Although 1D coming out, that damage doesn't seem to matter. They're just dropping them one after the other. Look at this. It is a 3 versus 4 now with the advantage in CSW's hands. It's still a 3v3, although an AK and an M4 now in play. This could go either way. That AWP getting it with the pistol Mar, saving themselves. I say this could go either way. It's going to be going the way I was going to say. Okay, a little moment of hope there, but Millburn picking up round number 4 for themselves.
Definitely an interesting round. I think that was at least a 200 damage grenade. You love to see it. You love to see those red bars on the spectator screen just go all the way down. It's just a beautiful feeling to look at, and I'm sure when a player looks into the console, I don't remember if the damage numbers print to the console or not, but maybe after the game when they're looking at the demo, I'm sure when they take a look at it, they're going to love to see that as well. Coming into round number 7, 4-2 is the scoreline. Millburn up by 2. The economy is looking pretty good for both teams, so we're going to see a fantastic round. We're seeing a mid play here, rushing up through Cat. Kevin Wendell's going to take on Mar and Connector, and they're going to be rushing up. Oh, Cat Blue, though, still has that scoped T rifle. Is going to get a frag. Herb taking out Me. 24. Just trading out, however. Ooh. See Arrow trade out 24.
Oh, that's a great shot. Gets us flick!
Double. Cat Blue still with the scoped rifle. It's a 1v1 versus Milo, but Milo is finally going to get that SSG out of their hands.
What a flick from Crispy that was. That was in my eyes, the critical kill for that round. If he didn't get that, it would have been a 2v1. Likely would have been in the hands of Millburn, although CSW able to maintain this chase. 1 round advantage is all Millburn has. So again, this is still everyone's game. And look at the buy. There's nothing on Millburn. This is likely going to be an equalizer.
I would not be surprised if I saw an MP9 rush. No, maybe not. Just a little bit. More aggressive spot. Heru is down. Cat Blue taking a bit of damage as well, whereas Mia sustained a couple of points as well. 2 more down. Crispy and me picking up frags. Oh, and Crispy is now going to push into jungle, taking out Herb, and that's a 5v1 now. Wayu, easy 1v5 over on the B side. I'm likely not going to save this Deagle. Probably going to push and try and find maybe a rifle that they can save, maybe a frag, but Me is going to take them out and put an even score on the board. CSW pick up another one, and now Crispy is at 10 frags, already showing up. Eru close behind, however, at 9.
10 frowns, 10 frags, 10 frowns.
Well, 10 frowns from Millburn, 10 frags for Crispy.
9 rounds in, critically. I mean, he's got more kills than there have been rounds. This player
121
is
ADR on that player
insane.
right now.
That is crazy.
2.0 KD, look at that.
2.0 KD.
Here Eru too as well. Look, 116 ADR. I mean, these players are consistently getting at least 1 kill. They seem to be the entry fraggers of the team. So Crispy is going to open up with Cat Blue. Mar getting Crispy though. A trade. Kevin Waddell taking out Mar. It looks like we're going to see this push up onto A site. Players on the CT side are trying to. Players on the CT side are trying to make their way in, but Eru is going to find double kill on 24 and Me. The bomb plant going to go down. However, Kevin Waddell just gets spotted. They know it's default. We have a player up on stairs, player in jungle, player in CT. That nade's going to bounce off Eru's nose. Kevin Waddell not going to go quite down yet. They are. And now it is going to be the round for Millburn. They're going to pull ahead once again, just back and forth with these teams.
Millburn just barely able to maintain this 1 round lead. But again, we are seeing just what we saw in the previous maps of just back and forth, back and forth. So CSW did have a bit of a dominant map too. Unfortunately, again, we were not able to view that. But this is, again, anybody's game. 5-4 right now. It's a great match. We do have a pause. It is going to be another technical pause from Millburn.
Yeah, it seemed we seem to have a lot of technical issues in this match here. I wonder if somebody's replacing their CPU.
What a reference from
that,
the vintage days.
That one might be a little too niche, depending on the crowd watching this. But looking at the scoreboard here, Eru at 12 frags, the leader in the server right now, close behind Crispy with 11, and then we have a player at 9 on CSW's side. Behind them, 7, 6. 4, 3, 1. Yep, actually, Mar looks like they have a technical issue. They've actually just completely left the game. Unfortunately for them, I mean, the rifle's on the ground now, but I believe all their utility and armor's lost if they had any. So I actually don't know. I can't remember if they joined during the tech pause during intermission time. Do they get all their stuff back? I think they do. But I can't
they may.
remember.
It's been a while since I looked, so we'll just have to wait and see.
We'll find out. So this
hopefully we'll find out.
This will be a new fact for everybody here.
Yeah, I would hate to see this have to go to a 4 versus 5, but yeah, hopefully we'll find out. Mar, presumably, they lose it. So utility and armor.
They actually spawn in a different spot too, so they're not going to spawn on the weapon. So they have to actually spend time to go pick it up and get it back. Yeah.
Yeah, they're tossing it, so they're able to do that. However, no armor, no utility. The question is going to be: do they use that money to rebuy it? My instinct would say yes. That would put them
at least the armor. At least the armor,
and we are going to see it. Looks like they're talking through what they should rebuy. So armor and kit is been purchased. No grenades quite yet. 2,300. They may want to keep that money as a fail-safe just in the event that they lose this round. Because again, we do see a full buy on CSW.
I think you can drop grenades now too, right?
You can.
Yeah. So other players could just pull their resources together and give Mar some grenades. I mean, they're offers. Grenades aren't going to be as essential. Maybe they want a smoke or a Molotov to hold that mid position, maybe a flash. But if they are playing window, that is, and not something more aggressive like B car or B truck or even CT.
Yeah, which you actually are seeing them playing in CT.
Yep.
So right on ticket is where that AWP is going to be positioned.
Okay.
Giving up mid control, which could actually be pretty smart here. They know that the CSW team has been very good in mid so far. They'd rather hold those entry positions and just keep man on site, although potentially seeing a late push in the jungle, not quite going to be pushing into a cover mid, so they're fully willing to give up this mid window. Let them push up, but hold right where they need to be.
Yep, we are going to see the slow, trying to get information. These teams are trying to get some info, hoping somebody gets aggressive, misplays, gets out of position. Seeing some utility come out. Eriru's going to take out me, and Milo's going to take Cat Blue. Kevin trading out Eru. Now Kevin is going to go into jungle. They're going to take control of this A site. This op is to back up a little bit, but Mar is going to take out Milo. They know where that op is. Mar, number 2.
It's number 3!
But is going to get taken out, and Herb is going to clean up the round. 6-4 on the board now for Millburn. Incredible 3K for Mar coming back at the game. No utility, a little bit of armor, but they're going to get some money out of that. They did rebuy the op. Oh, they didn't have enough time to go pick it up. That is really unfortunate, and that's a huge loss. That's 47.50 now lost for Millburn that they had to spend rebuying that op. So that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, Millburn is going to be hurting from that. They're really going to want to win this round, otherwise their economy is going to be hurting, having to rebuy that AWP. We're seeing a bit of an aggressive play, but what a shot from me! The flick through the smoke, the headshot going to Eru, an easy, early, I shouldn't say easy, but an early kill. What is going on? The Glocks are winning. The M4s, the AWPs are no match. Look at this! The continued play through, although way you do the smokes! Herb picking it up. That was getting real scary for Millburn there.
This is definitely probably one of the most interesting maps that we've ever seen so far. I mean, there's just so much happening. We're seeing interesting positioning. We're seeing trades that we don't think should happen. We're seeing rounds won that we don't think should be possible, but they are happening. The power, the drive, the strength of these HSEL players, truly a Nationals Grand Finals caliber teams here.
Yeah, playing CSGO and, getting through these sites, it is about drive, it is about power.
You
gotta stay hungry, devour your enemies. Just like the Molly is devouring the T's, pushing into B site. We're going to see a 4 versus 2, although tons and tons of damage onto the T's. They really need to win these frags. There's 1, there's 2! Crispy equalizing now. 2 versus 2, although the HP in the favor. Look at that, that's number 3. Does he get 4? No, he runs out of ammo, and it's the win.
Cat Blue! Cat Blue is just clinching these rounds. I've seen so many rounds where Cat Blue is getting the final frag, winning it for Millburn, and surely they're one of the reasons that they're so far ahead right now. A 4-round deficit here. CSW really have a lot to do, and there's several players in CSW that really just aren't showing up right now. 24 is only at 4 kills. Me at 5. I mean, Milo's close to that double-digit frag, and frags aren't all that matter, but they really are indicative of how much control they're able to get. Mirage is one of those maps where just frags are almost everything here.
Yeah,
because they really open up so much.
Frags on Mirage are a massive, massive opener. Of course, frags matter in any map, but this map in particular, look at the push. He gets saved by Mar. 2 versus 3 now. We are on 3 Deagles. So definitely doable if they can land those heads, although not looking great for CSW as Millburn. Looking like they're going to pull out the 9-4 half. There's 1 more down, 2 to find. Both in mid, in both positions, they're going to be careful because they know what those Deagles can do. Grenade going to the push. That's 1. They know where this player is. They're going to rush him down. And that is round number 9 on the board for Millburn High School.
Cat Blue there knew exactly what they wanted to do. They said, I'm winning this fight. You are not. I am going to do damage to you. I'm going to push you. You can't kill me. I will win. And they get that final frag. Once again, 9-4 now. Round 14. We're approaching the end of this half. It would be nice to see CSW get a couple more rounds. Otherwise, it's still not doomed. 4 rounds is not a losable deficit. And of course, there could just be an absolute stomp on the CT side from them. But they're going to try and get some positioning. Mid Mars going to open up with a kill on a Crispy. We might see 2. Didn't get almost the collateral, but it is going to take out Milo. Eru going to take out 24, however. One's going to put it at a 5v3. And we're seeing these last 2 CSW players just completely split on the map. 1 over in the back apps there and 1 in Palace. They know the Palace player is there, however. Kevin Wendell going to kill an Eru, but certainly not going to survive. Mar going to get another kill. I believe that's a 3K for them.
Yeah, that's 3 so far. Mar on fire this map. Ops kill after op kill. Regular seeing him 3Ks. I mean, we even saw a few rounds ago when it looked like this was slowly going in the favor of CSW. Mar said, not today, in CT. Picked up 3 kills with the AWP, and Millburn picked up the round. So Mar, so far, in my opinion, looking like potentially the MVP of this map.
Yeah, Mars has some incredible frags so far. I mean, really, it's likely going to be save here. It's just me. Their economy's not looking great. Looking at the CSW players, we see they don't have a lot of money. And the loss bonus for these players, it is at maximum now. So they are going to come into the next round with a good chunk of cash. Might be able to full buy at least, their AKs and their armor. Utility might be, here and there.
Here we go for the hunt.
But the hunt is coming in. Me's probably going to get this frag. Yep, he is going to get Herb. Another player is going to be back of apps now. They know where the bomb is, and they know where Me is, so I would not be surprised if we try and saw a pinch, but otherwise, again, still not surprised either way if we see them try and go for that frag, or if they just try and hold on to these valuable rifles. And up to AKs, pretty good utility kits, full armor. You know, don't lose any more than you have to.
Yeah, and being that this is CT, they'll likely want to hold on to those AKs. You know, you cannot buy them. You're stuck with M4s, which is not a bad gig, but having an AK, and 2 of them for that matter, is a huge, huge advantage to have on that CT side. And now look at this, 10-4. CSW are falling apart. We saw them so dominant map 2. And even in map 1, it kept it so close.
Yeah, it's very even. And I wonder what happened. I wonder if, I was talking about before, mental is also a factor in here. It's not just what's happening in game, it's what's happening out of game as well. Communication between the teammates. Is everybody giving the correct call outs?
What is this?
There's a lot of utility go out and do a lot of damage. Mar and Arrow going to pick up kills, but they're going to try. Arrow is going to burn 24. Going to take out Crispy. It's just going to be the end of the round there for CSW.
I tried to find the good in that round, but that was sloppy from the T side. I mean, they just ran through, and that is something, again, is indicative of a team that is starting to tilt, that's saying, screw it, we're just going to run out in the site and hope we get kills. That is not how you need to do this. A best of 3 in any circumstance is a marathon. You cannot sprint to the finish. You need to slow down. You need to get killed. And look at this. What is it? 7 in a row now coming out from Millburn?
Yeah. Just look at the scoreboard even. Arrow, and you can just take a look at the top fraggers from both teams. Arrow and Crispy, the most dominating players on their games from what we've seen so far, or on their teams from what we've seen so far. Crispy is not that far ahead of Milo. I think at this point in the last game, Crispy was already at close to 30 kills, maybe 25, somewhere around there, and just miles ahead of the rest of their teammates. And Millburn really weren't doing that well for themselves. Across the board, they were pretty even, but no one player was just really standing out at that point. And now, Crispy does not have that lead that they did. Is them not being in the server what's causing this? Are they just misplaying, mispositioning? We're swapping sides now, so, CT side, let's hope we see a better half from CSW here.
Yeah, I mean, that is the hope we're holding on to, is that this, again, is a CT-sided map. There is heavier advantage towards being on the CT side, so hopefully they're able to pull out something, or else we're going to see a very quick end of the game with Millburn here. We're going to be seeing a push coming out. Here we go. Milo picking up kill number 1. Look at this, though. From the back lines, picking up team number 3. 4 going to Crispy. Now we have a man pushing up to the left. Is he going to get it? And that's Milo ending the round, and CSW critically, and I say critically, picking up this round, because if they didn't, that likely would have been 2 in favor of Millburn. Again, we see the HSEL Ecos for round 2.5, but if they don't happen, that would have been a massive, massive win for Millburn. But CSW holding on to that 5th round, they're going to have the advantage going into this. And this is where we could see the make-or-break moment potentially from this CT side.
And Milo picking up 3 kills in the last round as well. It's going to afford them a lot of opportunities. They're going to open up the round with 2 kills. Crispy is going to get taken out by that Glock from Cat Blue, but that means they are going to continue holding mid, getting 3. That's pretty good. They did drop, which isn't fantastic, but the CTs are going to clinch out the round, keeping 3 alive. It would have been nice to have all 5 finish there compared to the pistols that Millburn had, but still taking the win, you can't argue with a win.
Yeah, the team from New Jersey getting mowed down in mid, a quick 6th round for CSW. We're going to be seeing this go into an 11-6 scoreline, as we do see a bit of a buy from CSW, surprisingly holding on to 2 SMGs. That could be trying to get the more money you get, because, again, a kill with an SMG versus a rifle allocates more money in the next round. So we're going to be potentially seeing that. Although 24 going down, that's 1 rifled out of play, as we see a quick play from Millburn. Although, look at this, Crispy says, I have it at 4! That is 4! He's going!
Can he get the ace?
4 with the 4! He gets knocked out! And now it's all up to Iru. He does not have the bomb. It is in the middle. It's right in front of him, although here we go.
That's
players
are
up.
Cross.
If CSW is smart, they're going to try to prioritize those SMGs to get that final elimination, as we're going to see Iru back into Firebox, trying to figure out what he can do. There's no running away. He has to take these fights.
Yeah, no utility on Arrow.
And here comes the Molly. He's going to force him out into 2 players. He's going to pick up 1, but CSW, again, another round, and here we go. We're close again.
All right. at least CSW were able to pick up that one as well. That would have been absolutely disastrous. It was not looking good. Well, actually, it was looking very good. Crispy picked up the Crispy picked up the 4K. Now they're at the 20 frag mark, first in the server to reach it, even though their team is behind. Ever though, following up with close second, 19 frags right now. Hopefully, CSW can continue chaining these wins, and close that deficit there. Millburn on pistols once again. Milo would open up the round with a frag through mid. Were they boosted in mid?
I'm not
It looks
sure.
like they're boosted in window. I'm not sure exactly. They're probably trying to block the smoke in case it came in. But now we are going to see these players on MHS get 2 taken out. Crispy, 24, also going to take out Wagyu. Herb is the last alive now for Millburn. This is looking like a win for CSW. Can Herb clutch the round? They are stuck in underpass. They're going to peek out with the bomb, and Crispy is going to spot them, take them out, and end the round with 3 frags, putting them at 24 and CSW at 8.
Crispy doesn't care. He'll jump in and do whatever he wants. He's blown up again. They are coming back up. They are getting the kills that we saw them doing before, up to 24 now. 24 and 20, not as good as we saw in map 1. However, Crispy, waking up a bit, coming back into the server, and again, we're down at this short round deficit that we saw in, an 11-8. That's very, very doable. And being on CT side, they have this round advantage, round after round after round. This is something that we can see, again, go either way.
Yeah, I mean, what else can we expect from a player like Crispy? We saw that they're probably one of the most skilled players in the server right now, so expecting a lot out of them is really just the thing you have to expect here. They're seeing a good execute come out from CSW. Crispy's going to pick up one and get traded out by Wayu. That's going to give Millburn control of the site. This could be their round, but they're still 4v4. Bomb is going to go down, planted. 2 in CT, 1 in jungle. We're seeing, 2 in jungle right now. Actually, looks like somebody's going to try and go connector mid. We're seeing great post-plant positionings here, though, from Millburn. Almost certainly they're going to hold this bomb. It's going to be a hard retake from CSWT here. 2 coming through connector. We have players that are absolutely going to pinch them. We're going to see, likely, a 2-on-2 maneuver coming out to try and retake this site. Milo's going to open up with a kill and arrow over Wayu. Going to trade out Milo. Me is going to take out Mar. Wayu getting me, but 24 is going to trade them out into 1v2, and they know exactly where Herb is. Herb is going to get 1, but Kevin Wendell trading them out, putting another round on the board for CSW. They are coming back. Millburn have not won a round in this half yet.
Yeah, I'm getting flashbacks to map 1 of where we saw this very short lead, and right towards the end, it flip-flopped and ended up going in favor of the underdog. Again, this could go either way. There is no clear indicator of who the better team is. Because, again, we are on a very, very CT-sided map here. We do have players firing on mostly all cylinders. There's a couple that are not performing as high as, you say, Crispy, for example. I mean, to be fair, Crispy's Crispy.
You can't use Crispy as the bar. I mean, we have Milo even approaching that 20-kill point. Arrow, unfortunately, last round did not get a kill, did not cross that 20-kill threshold yet. But they are slowly reaching it. It looks like we're seeing a setup again.
Look at this change. Instead of an AWP, they opted for the AUG to have that automatic and be able to be in those close range fights. I'm trying to look at the minimap. I can't quite read where they are.
Milo does have an AWP as well, but it looks like that they are.
That's going to be on B, up in apps.
No, it looks like Milo is stationed connector right now.
No, yep. You see 7 coming through.
Milo.
But Kevin has it.
Yeah, I'm talking about Milo with the op, though.
Oh, what did they get an op?
They had the op the whole time, but they're going to lose it to Herb. 24 going to take out Eru, though. Cat Blue going to trade that out. A 4v3 now. Millburn still can very well take this site. They're having great utility. They can get onto the site. Will they be able to hold it is a different question, but getting onto it is really what they need right now. Kevin with the AUG taking one out. Cat Blue going to take out Crispy, though. 3v2. Me trading out Mar, 2v2, but the health on CSW is not looking great, but now they have the player advantage. 1v2, Cat Blue, can they clutch the round? They're going to find one on me. It's a 1v1, the AUG versus the AK. Oh! Who is going to find the frag to win the round and finally put Millburn on the board in this half, 12-9.
12-9, and again, critically a big round from Millburn. They hadn't won anything previously up until this round, so now they are back on a roll. They have the money. They are able to buy out something. It's not a perfect buy, but a buy to say the least. They have a P90, which I haven't seen that come out for a while. Huge P90 guy.
Day 1 P90 fan.
Day 1 P90 fan. Love it. Pulling out the silver strat, going for the run through. This could be critical. I mean, they got 4 AKs. That can work. I mean, we see an MP9 right there, so.
I mean, the MP9 has strength in itself. There's so many points in this map where it can be useful. I mean, you could rush ramp, you could rush apartments, you could stay back and
I have
tap spray
nightmares
it.
about the MP9, about the T side or the CTs, running at me with that little SMG. It's terrifying, really.
Powerful but deadly, but only in close range. It's really loses effectiveness long range. Milo killed through the smoke, and Way going to trade them out. Also through the smoke, a smoke trade. You don't see those very often. We're going to see Millburn taking control of the site. They have
the P90.
They have fantastic site takes on A here. I mean, I'd really like to see. I mean, now it's suddenly a 4v1 me. Can they win out the rounds? They're stuck in ladder room right now.
They should be saving if they're smart,
Yeah,
which it looks like they
might
are
save.
doing. They need that money. I mean, all of a sudden, this has flip-flopped. CSW looks so dominant in this round, and now we have the T's. They were so aggressive, and now they said, you know what? This is not over yet. You're not taking this lead. We're getting aggressive. We're taking this map, which is what it looks like they want to do right now. Obviously, we don't know. This could go either way, but...
Yeah, Millburn have had some great executes onto A. They're like really showing dominance on that. They've been able to get on the site for the last 2 or 3 rounds. They've been able to get that bomb plant. They've been able to get that bomb explosion, or those frag wins. I'd like to see at this point, maybe a little bit more of aggressive in A play. Somebody push up. Maybe the ticket player, if they're not having op, play closer to default. Maybe somebody play up in Palace. I mean, they're really just losing control early, and then they're not retaking it. It's really causing them to lose those rounds. Or perhaps we'll see Millburn try another sites. We're seeing the B rush here, which I don't agree with because, once again, they've just been going A. I guess they're anticipating them switching it up and going B, but hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep going A. If they're not going to play aggressive, if they're not going to counter your utility, why not just keep doing exactly what you're doing? Mar is going to create some noise here, probably to fool them, maybe get that rotate out. Yeah, we're seeing the player that was in window there go into market, so Mar is certainly making some noise, and we're probably going to see the execute come out from Millburn any second now on A as Mar continues to make noise. Surely at this point, they've only realized maybe there's only 1 or 2 here. They're just making some noise. Utility coming out. The player in CT is probably going to call it out. We're seeing 1 rotate, another 1 fall back, 2, 3. They're hearing the execute calls. They're coming out, and they're going to take the A side again.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking so dominant from Millburn. The early overreaction from CSW, seeing one man inside of the apps. This is not unusual behavior from Millburn, which is an issue that CSW is running into. They're not picking up on these fakes, which you have to wait for that execution. You can't see one man running up with no utility and assume that's the push.
Oh.
And we're seeing them punished.
Eru got 4 kills there. I don't know if you noticed that, but Eru just keeping control for the Millburn, bringing them up to 14 rounds, and they're just looking so dominant. CSW was looking so good there for a while, but then they just dropped the ball. I don't know what happened here. Hopefully they bring it back and they don't lose this out. It's just 2 rounds for Millburn to take the HSEL Nationals 2021-2022 championship title and that big chunk of scholarship money.
Yeah, and again, that is the main prize that these students are playing for. They are playing for those scholarships that crucially will help them as they continue into their collegiate careers, whether they play or not. And this is a critical moment for CSW. If they want to get their hands on that first prize, they need to start winning rounds. Because if Millburn takes this, that's round 15. They're guaranteed at least the overtime, and then they are just 1 away from taking the national title.
Again, the execute coming out from Millburn. Surely that they've realized by now that this is just going to keep happening every single round. They're just reacting now. Oh, somebody saw somebody's elbow, so we may see a kill come out here. 24 is playing a little bit more aggressively, so perhaps we're going to see a frag come out from them. They're going to spot one player in sandwich, take him down. Another player going to be spotted close to, it looks like Mar. Oh, they're actually going to be with the bomb. The fake out is Eru. Continues fragging on A, taking out Crispy. That top fragger now down. CSW's top fragger gone. Milo going to take out Mar, Eru, and Cat Blue, though, going to get frags, and it's just up to me in the market. They're going to get rotated on, or actually not. That player's going to go through connector and go up through mid. Me, hopefully they can clinch this round. 2 players on the B side right now are low. It's just going to take 1 bullet. But as Cat Blue approach, I wrote Cat Blue up here and get right. Maybe we'll be able to hold it. Looks like me is just going to save. The save call has been made, which puts them at round 15. This is not a spot you want to be at if you're CSW. Your economy is not great. You are on full loss bonus at this point, so you're going to be able to buy, but you're not going to be able to full buy here. We're not going to see very much utility, or we're going to see weapons sacrificed for utility. This is not looking great for CSW.
Yeah, this is not looking
Can
good.
they clutch it?
They have to clutch. This is a win-out requirement from CSW. They need to win every round from this point on to get that 15th round to bring it into overtime. And looking now at what we have for the bye, it's not looking awesome. It's looking very, very good for the side of Millburn. they're
They're
going to
just
go
doing the execute again.
once again towards this A execute. It's going to be potentially slow. Bomb is down in the T saddle. They're going to grab it. They said, you know what? We don't need to do this. We can do this setup. We can have things going, ready. And here we go. Setup is ready to go. They're going to be dropping utility. We're going to probably see an early rotation. We do have 2 on site, 1 up mid, so they actually will hear a lot of this activity if they start running early. But here we go. The early peek on, and it is going to be a pick on to Milo, keeping them in this round 4 versus...
Ooh,
I don't know what Auto Director's doing, but we see... Auto Director's doing his thing. Auto Director's chilling. We are back on the Eru. We can see what's happening now. As we actually see Millburn running back towards the B site now. We don't know what's going to be happening, and we are going to be seeing, look at this, Tease running over towards mid, still very unpredictable. There's the first potential pick. Cat Blue taking out Crispy, critical player on the CT side. Eru burning Milo. We are now 4 versus 3. Millburn High School up a man. They're going to back off. They're going to be going towards what looks like it's going to be B here. Critically now, no, they're back towards A. They're running around. They're even fooling me. They're going up towards B, back towards mid. They are throwing such a curveball. 27 seconds, though. They need to make this play. That player on B is going to stay there in the event they're not able to get this plant. Here we go. 4 versus 2 on site. The execution is coming out. 1 is going to be picked off, not quite, down to 24 HP with that FAMAS. There he goes, Eru picking it off. 1 more player, and that's it. Millburn High School taking the championship. Your HSEL Nationals first place winners.
Incredible stuff there from Millburn. Just absolute destruction there towards the end, clinching that out. Look at this scoreboard here. Eru at the 27 frags. They were showing up in all the maps here. Crispy, look, falling behind a little bit, 25. I mean, still incredible game from some of these players here. I mean, I think a lot of people were showing up. Just Millburn had a better execute there. They just kept going A, and CSW could not handle it. They could not retake the site. They could not hold off that aggression. They tried to in the last round. They almost got it, but ultimately they're going to get taken out.
Yeah, CSW just failing to adapt, and we saw Millburn take advantage of that, going A after A after A, and that led them to victory, led them to the national title. Hopefully they'll go celebrate, rub down to Millburn Deli, get themselves a J-Ray. I am getting those the moment I'm back. So congratulations again to Millburn High School. Massive, massive achievement for them, picking up the national championship. Crucially, those amazing scholarships going to all the players on that team.
Yep, and that is going to be it from us. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. My name is Elijah.
Joining him is Brennan for, again, back and for a throwback. It's been a long time, and it's been a pleasure to cast with you guys again. Hopefully we can do this more often.
Or we'll just see you next Nationals.
Next Nationals. Oh, man.